Alright, what's going on, everybody? It's Word back again with another video, and we're going to be using the Max Root Rider comp once again in Legend League. Legend League's getting closer to kind of that 2-week left in the season, which is what I'm going to start pushing, so I'm going to be using this army once again to kind of just continue dialing in on it. I've changed a few things. Actually, I've got the Frosty now on my King. Let me just change that real quick. So I'm running the Frosty on my King instead of the Phoenix. And Max actually recently has been using a different combination in his troop launcher. So he's been running 2 rocket balloons instead of 3 regular balloons and minions. Still 7 troops in there to, like I mentioned before, get 7 barrels. So you're going to get 3 barbarian barrels and then 2 loons deeper in the base. The reason for the rocket balloons is that regular balloons coming out of the troop launcher sometimes will soak the mines, but they're right next to the healers. So the rocket balloons will kind of separate themselves from the healers quickly and pull the mines away from the healers. So that's the reasoning for that. We're going with the same army, still got the giant arrow to help out for any invis bases. And yeah, let's just jump right on into the first one. Alright, here we go with just a core town hall base on the first one. Looks like we're going to be using troop launcher. And I see the fire spitters right here. Usually what I like to do is, usually I like to try and get a nice overgrowth onto the fire spitters. But actually what I see on this one is not a whole lot of spots for giant bombs inside the base right here, so I'm just going to go directly into the poison tower. There's one slot in front of the poison tower right there, so I'm not really expecting too many giant bombs. I'm going to have to double cycle right here, but that's fine with me. Okay, I thought the fox might get targeted right there. She does for a bit. Not ideal. I'm going to double cycle and skip over that, so not crazy value right there, as my fox is really going to be lagging behind. Oh man, barely gets me invisible in time. I'm going to set an alright funnel right here, but not amazing by any means. And here we go, we're going to enter in. I'm hoping my queen can maybe snipe out. Okay, I was hoping for the builder hut, and we didn't get that right there. Got to get the roots in. Going to get a nice golem right here to help out. The Valks are in right now. I'm going to be popping this overgrowth, hopefully getting the poison tower. Nice. So I'm going to get a nice funnel established. Not the best, use of the overgrowth, but it's what I did have to do in this situation. Just trying to funnel this out right here. I'll be getting my king to kind of walk in to that ricochet cannon compartment. I don't think it's open, otherwise nice. Otherwise the ice golem would have targeted that. We got a headhunter to help out right here, but we're wrapping around pretty nicely, to be honest with you. And what will happen is this will allow me to get a pretty nice overgrowth onto the fire spitter right here. So I'm just going to continue waiting as we wrap around this base, and I'll probably pop it right about now as the hook tower was going to start doing damage. So I'm hoping that I can be kind of behind this. I'm going to get a nice freeze right there. 1 second. Sorry. Nice. But I'm hoping that I can be behind this fire spitter for most of it, take it out, and yeah, get into the next one pretty nicely. So that's the hope of that overgrowth placement. My warden's getting targeted right here, which is not ideal, but I'll get the Skelly spell down to really help out with this hook tower and ricochet cannon section. We got the enemy world champion right there as well. I'm going to try and sneak a headhunter in, but it probably will just die. Yep, right there, just dies. Doesn't even do anything, but that's okay. Our world champion, I'm going to pop her spear right here so that this Root Rider Ice Golem can kind of try and get in front of the world champion and tank for a second. And just beautifully right there, that giant gets in front. So that's exactly why I popped her ability. We still have the king ability right here, so it's looking like a nice triple. Just working around to the backside. So my world champion actually sent a pretty poor funnel, but I did get a really nice overgrowth placement right there to funnel everything back in. So we're kind of swagging the king ability, just using it to finish up quickly. But yeah, really, really awesome triple right there. Also, just wanted to say a huge congratulations to Prahalid Swain. I'm really sorry if I botched your name, but I'm trying my best. This was a little bit of a smaller video, my last one, which honestly just gave you guys more of a chance who reacted to win the giveaway. So congratulations. Please open a ticket on my Discord server, and I'll give you the information for getting a gold pass. And if you are not already in my Discord server, just to anybody in general, make sure you join, because the base that I'm running today, once again, has done phenomenally. That's minus 272 through all my attacks, 274 yesterday. Just phenomenal defense, and all these bases I share with you guys. So make sure you take full advantage of that. But yes, once again, congratulations for winning the gold pass. Please open the ticket, and let's just keep going. All right, hopping in the next one right here. As soon as I like a monolith lined up this for log launcher, but when there's heroes right here, instantly not even thinking that. So I'm looking for troop launcher already. Root Rider attack. This one's a little bit tougher maybe to get the pathing that I usually would like to get, but I think I got an idea just entering into the town hall, to be honest with you. I don't like going into either of these compartments with the Gigabomb or this one. This one might be baited, but I really just need to get the compartment down, so I'm fine to go into the bait right here. I'm willing to risk it. I might go with that Tesla. Nice, okay. I figured there was no others out there. So yeah, we're getting in right here. I'm going to double cycle. Nice, I think he fully baited. Oh, never mind. I was going to say I think he fully baited the Gigabomb side, but nope, there's definitely some traps right here. I don't even need that Wizard Tower to go down, but I'm going to just take it down, and I don't think I'm really going to care about this Expo too much. Yep, so I'm going to be entering in right here. I want to get this Ice Golem kind of to try and freeze up that entry into the Crusher Mortar. Our Queen right there is going to be setting a great job. I'm really just using this once again for a really nice kind of path right there. Troop Launcher's in right now. The Town Hall kind of didn't have too much damage around it, so that's why I, was okay with not getting, or using the Overgrowth behind the Town Hall right there, leaving it exposed. Got my King to start rolling around right now. I'm going to get that into the compartment. I'll pop my Warden ability fairly soon, just to make sure that I can actually get some value right there. I'll probably be overgrowthing the same spot again. Yep, trying to make sure my Warden can dive away. Because, yeah, right now he's not in a great spot at all. My World Champion just gets absolutely cooked. My Warden is following nothing, so this one's not looking very good at all. But, obviously, we're going to be trying our best. And the World Champion got absolutely cooked, which is not very good. I thought I popped her spear, but I didn't invis her in time, so she still died anyway. We got no headhunters for the enemy heroes right here, but luckily my Queen's going to be pushing back in, which is really huge for me. This Fire Spitter combo is just going to wreck my healers. I'm going to get a freeze because, okay, I thought my King was my Warden right there. I don't know why I knew he was in the base, but thought maybe I'd be able to path into there. I haven't yet, but as long as I can keep my healers alive, the better. So, yeah, I'm just really trying right here to preserve their health, maybe hope the Fire Spitter targeted something else, and it looks like it may have. The multi obviously still targeting me, but that giant is going to do some work into that section. I'm going to be trying to wall break right here into that Ricochet cannon. I'm trying to distract the Teslas, but yeah, that's still not going to make it. So I didn't get my King in right there, and my Queen's going to be dying to this. So the giant's actually putting in some crazy work, to be honest with you, as we're on that scatter shot. I don't know if we're going to get it down, though. I don't think the Diggy quite will. My Queen looks like she's about to go down, which is not ideal at all. Yeah, she just goes down there, which is not very good. My King's tanking, though. Oh, wow, of course that Wizard dies. Okay, we're still going to get that, though, nicely. I think with snakes. Nice. Okay, so we got that down. My King's going to beat through these walls, and his Spiky Ball should be able to finish off everything. We're at 93%, so I'm popping the Spiky Ball to hit everything that's left on the base. And yeah, it's just this Archer Tower, so my RC did not do very well, and my Warden really didn't do very well in that attack, and yet we're still going to get the triple. So that's really awesome, and yeah, let's keep it going. Alright, here we are into the next one. We got ourselves an Invis Core, so this is exactly why we bring the Giant Arrow. Make sure to switch actually to the Troop Launcher, not Clan Castle. I haven't been doing that. But yeah, we're going to be rolling around. I'd like to get into the Clan Castle early, so I'm going to try and RC charge this Expo and Ricochet cannon compartment. Just single cycling right here, right on the 6 with my RC. Looking good. And honestly, she might go, I'm going to double cycle right here just to be safe, and she might go towards the Archer Tower, but that means afterwards she'll go to the cannon anyway. So I'm not too worried about that pathing, to be honest with you. That's looking good. I'll pop this at 6 because I can take the Town Hall shot fine, and I'd rather make sure I get this down. Funneling out the nice right there. Awesome. And yeah, we're going to enter right here. Queen will come in from this angle. Nice, just trigger that easily. Make sure I got my Warden down. Don't want to forget that. There's the nice overgrowth of the first one, because also what it does is it slows down the regen of the Invis Tower by the overgrowth, or stops it, sorry. So that's also a pretty good use of it. I'm going to be probably trying to get my King a lot further down the line right here, so I'm just kind of holding right here. I'll get a Skeleton Spell down because that Monolith's about to retarget. Nice. And then, yeah, my King's going to come in right by this Wizard Tower. We're rolling around quite nicely right here. My King maybe could have been even a little earlier, and I could have maybe tried to push stuff into the core. But yeah, I'm just going to pop another overgrowth. I do not want to really be pathing into that Town Hall quite yet. I'm going to pop the RC ability. She should go invis, though, in a second. From the Fox, there it is. And yeah, we're looking decent. I'm hoping the healers get onto her. If not, obviously, I've got the invis spell, but I got the Warden ability right here. She's moving on ahead, and yeah, I'll probably invis her right here, just because a little bit more damage onto the cannon, minion prince, anything is nicer. We are kind of wrapping fully around the Town Hall, but I'm not too worried because that Invis Tower hasn't popped up, and we do have literally our entire army left as nothing's taking damage. I'll pop a freeze right here onto the Town Hall Fire Spitter Invis Tower just to make sure it doesn't come back in time. But yeah, I think we'll be looking good to kind of finish on the Town Hall right here with Queen and King. There is a lot left on this base, to be honest with you, but I do think I have enough force right here. So I'm wrapping pretty well. Yeah, as soon as this goes down, I'll pop my King ability. It's going to be actually closer than I thought. I don't know why I can't crack these bases a little bit better, but yeah, we're rolling in right there. Not a whole lot left in this core, so we're going in with the Giant. The King doesn't have Phoenix, though, so he can't really die, but yeah, we kind of just crushed through everything right there with the force that I had left. So we're going to get the 3-star right there. Not entirely clean, but we do get it. And yeah, let's just keep rolling. Alright, rolling into this next one. I see the Fire Spitters right there, and I'm thinking that I might walk around the Town Hall right here with my first Overgrowth. I think I really like that. So in that case, I'd like to RC charge maybe the Scatter compartment. Yeah, I think actually I think what I'm going to do instead is maybe try and get into this. Yeah, I can't really decide right here. Yeah, I think I want to maybe try and get into this multi-compartment. Bet you it's less baited than those side compartments because there's just so many slots right there, and that's going to be the obvious easy entry. So I'm going to try something a little different right here. Going to be trying to single cycle as well just to keep my invis, but yeah, I don't like seeing these Tesla continuing to pop up and pull my Royal Champion. I don't like that at all. I'm going to try and redirect her right here because I just want to get that cannon down, and this is a full baited entry. That's no good for me at all. I'm hoping my Fox doesn't die right here because I need her kind of to get down that cannon. Nice. So that's all I'm going to get. I don't really get good value, but this will snipe down the air defense. Nice. Because now I can set up at least a decent funnel that I was hoping to get. I'm going to have to use some barbs right here, but yeah, using the arrow right there, honestly, to finish the funnel is just something pretty neat. Going to get the Warden in right there. There's a troop launcher. I want to make sure I don't get pulled in by the hook tower, and I was a little too slow and I lose a root right there. But that was the idea. In comes the King, just trying to keep the roots into the base. Going to get a poison down right here. We might pull a little bit towards these ice golems, which is always a little unfortunate, but I hope my Royal Champion is going to come back up with the troops, but she honestly might not. We're really going to see right here. I'm not too certain. Don't really know what's going to be happening. Pop my Warden ability right here. Nice. So she does join with the rest of the troops. I'll pop this Overgrowth right here as we're behind this Fire Spitter, so I do want to take it down since we're right here. But my Fox is getting clapped by that Gear Tower, which is just really unfortunate, to be honest with you. My Royal Champion's on the Town Hall by herself. I'll pop the Spear right here to make sure we get it down. And I got a freeze ready to help me get this Gear Tower if it targets my Royal Champion, because I want to make sure she can get it down. But she does on her own right there. And we're going to be wrapping around this. She's going to die, so I'm not really going to save her too much right here. But now we're behind this Fire Spitter, so that was, I think, a really good use of my other Overgrowth, to be honest with you, because, yeah, now we're wrapping behind everything. That Fire Spitter is pretty much obsolete. And there's a lot of damage right here, so I missed the hook tower timing once again, letting it pull my stuff, which I'm trying not to. But yeah, we get in right here with my Queen. She doesn't have any spell support actually, so maybe I should have held off on that freeze just a little longer. But I think we'll be fine right here because there's a giant tanking in front for her, but she actually did get pulled in, so yeah, she's not going to be able to get that core by herself, which isn't great. But I do have the giant, which I think will be able to finish that off because it's super underratedly strong. I was hoping that wall break did open the multi-archer tower compartment, and it did not. I don't think, good thing though is that we won't have to take down the minion prince, I don't think. I think that's too far to really defend from me, so yeah, I should have been popping my spiky ball a second earlier right there. But yeah, we finished this one off again with a nice triple. Did not get a very clean RC charge at all, but I used the giant arrow to finish the funnel and the Overgrowth to keep me rolling around, and nice pathing wins 100% of the time over value. Alright, hopping the next one right here, we get another Invis core base. So, trying to do this one a little bit better maybe. I'm going to go for that same RC charge and maybe try my King a little bit earlier to really funnel in right there. And I'm going to try and push into this core. It's tough without the Eternal Tome, to be honest with you, to really push in the core. But I have one free spell, so I'm hoping that's enough in normal mode. Obviously, if this was in hard mode, I would be bringing the Eternal Tome into the core. But yeah, we're going to start right here. Starting a little bit more left than I did because this one has the Crusher Mortar over here, and I really don't want my Royal Champion going towards that Archer Tower because it won't go back to the cannon, and the Crusher Mortar will get shots off and do some decent damage. So that's why I'm placing this just a little different than I did last time, but I think I also might be able to get this complete funnel and compartment with a little bit less invis, so just fine with the Expo right here. But actually I'm going to be going, okay, she didn't even go that way. I was going to go get the Crusher Mortar, but she didn't even go that way. Yeah, obviously going to try and trigger the core right there. I almost missed that, but I did get it. Roots right here. Warden's in. Gonna go with the nice golem. The Valks are in. Here's a troop launcher, Royal Champion. And yeah, as I mentioned, I'm going to be starting a lot earlier right here with my king to really try and push my troops back into this core. I forgot to do my first overgrowth. That was totally on me. I thought I'd already placed it for some reason. But yeah, we're going to be trying to funnel this corner really quickly on this one. The king ability might help with that a lot, but I got to do a little bit on my own. So I got these super barbs really trying to work. Yeah, we didn't quite get it yet, but what I'm going to try and do a little bit different is leave a little bit less of the town hall stuff covered. So right here, I'll get the fire spirit that's facing me, but great warden ability. Once again, I'm going to try and pick off at least one of these multis. I was hoping to leave 2 out, but that's okay. Royal Champion's still doing fine right here, and I'll have a free spell to do very well on this back end. I'm kind of just waiting right here to see what's happening. My Royal Champion's diving into the core. I'll pop an invis spell in a second right here. She's going to go to spear. Pop the invis to make sure she survives. I guess I lose the fox right there. And the queen's in the core. There's that nice free spell that I'd already done. I'm going to try and save my warden right here, so I'm popping the invis. But my queen's in the core, so I think she'll get the rest of that core by herself, no problems. She might not be able to, but I got that king's spear, so we're still going to triple this one. Definitely cleaner than the last one, getting a little bit. So that I think is definitely what's going to help, is leaving a little bit of the core exposed so you can take it down and not leave too much at a time. That's kind of leaving the chunk of damage. You want to split it up. So that was definitely a lot better, and if we get that base again, there's no question now that we'll crush it. Alright, jumping into this one right here. We've got a double rage base. I'd like to RC charge one of the rage towers, obviously, but yeah, we'll see what I'm going to choose to do, because I bet you they're baited. I like to get into the clan castle early, but I don't know if I'm going to head straight into the fire spitter, so I think what I'm going to do is try and kind of RC charge. I'm going to try this little corner right here, but I wouldn't mind getting into the hook tower. I don't know if I'm quite going to get that far, but otherwise I think it's going to pull my troops, because I'm going to walk around by this wizard tower. So I'm going to try and get as deep as I can with this RC. I'm going to try one more single cycle right here. I think I timed that really well, but then I'm going to double cycle since I'm getting close to the town hall. I might even eat a shot right here. No, I didn't, so that was just really perfectly timed, to be honest with you. But yeah, 7 right there on that one. And as she jumps through on 3, she might go back to the rage tower. Yep, wasn't really sure, so I'll pull her out right there. And yeah, I'm going to start my roots right here. I need a skeleton spell. That was probably too late. Getting healers in. Troop launcher, Royal Champion, and then yep, ice golem. Queen, I was kind of hoping targeted the wizard tower, so I got to get in there quickly. There's my overgrowth. Now we're on the wizard tower. I'm popping the giant arrow really just to try and set a funnel right here. There's the king on the flank as well. And yeah, we're really just walking into this flank. There's a wall break. And we're looking decent, to be honest, wrapping the town hall. Got a nice fire spitter right here. Fire spitter in overgrowth. We get the poison coming in nicely, and the warden's kind of doing his thing. I'm going to get a really nice overgrowth once again on this back end, leaving up the town hall right now since we're in the core. Pop the warden ability just to heal back up through this rage tower, and since the town hall is exposed now, my Royal Champion's going to walk into the town hall, so I'm not popping her spears quite yet since I'm fine with where she is. But probably right after this town hall, I'll pop her spear so she doesn't run towards that expo. You don't want her to run in front of the troops, so I'll pop the spear right here, even though she might have gone up to the Tesla up there towards the Royal Champion. I'd rather her stay behind getting some nice spears off, and she might go trigger the rage tower. Who knows? I think she's following the troops, and obviously I don't mind that. So yeah, I like where we are in this position right now. That rage tower, since I got a little bit of an RC charge in there, isn't really covering that many defenses, that it's not that scary, and that's kind of the entire purpose of that Royal Champion charge. I wasn't finishing that off, but just weakening it so that the rage tower doesn't get much value now. And yeah, we're going to walk through this one pretty easily once again. I'm doing really well right now, especially on kind of diagnosing if the RC charge is good or not, how we're adapting with the overgrowth spell placement, giant arrow, and yeah, we're kind of crushing through these bases. This army obviously is really strong, but I think we're doing a really good job, so let's just keep rolling. Alright, one more right here, and okay, this one's going to be a little bit tougher. I apologize, I'm recording this video a little later at night, so my voice is a little bit gone already, but I'm trying my best here. And I don't like going into those fire spitters at all, especially because I won't be able to really overgrowth the town hall if I do that. So I think what I'm going to try and do is go into maybe roots at 6 so that I can overgrowth the Town Hall, and this Fire Spitter won't be near me yet, and then I'll use my second overgrowth on it. So I kind of want to try and funnel out this multi-Archer Tower or multi-Inferno, but I bet you it's pretty baited right here, but we're going to go into it anyway because I think that's what I'm going to try and do. So we walk in here. It might not be baited because of how aggressive it looks. Sometimes they don't bait that because they're like, no way someone does that, but I'm doing it. We're big balling this one. I'm going to skip over this, hopefully go to the Inferno. Nice, we did. So I'd like to get the Builder Hut, and that's kind of all I need to set this funnel. So I'm going to go at 7 right here, skipping over, and I should be able to aura that. And yeah, I don't need that other Builder Hut, so I'm just going to pull her out right here. That was really, really nice. Just an Ice Golem coming out. So I'm going to start right here. Going to get the nice giant arrow just along this funnel. Warden in, making sure I didn't miss that. The Valks are going to come in because they're going to get frozen up for a second right here, so I'm not too worried about them lunging forward. There's the overgrowth that I was looking for. I guess, yeah, now they come the other Ice Golems. I should be waiting maybe just a second longer on my poison, because if you poison just a little bit too early, you're going to slowly Ice Golems down, which means your troops push a little further into the base to chase them. So I should let them walk out a little bit further and then be popping it. Yeah, I think I'll probably pop this overgrowth onto the Fire Spitter, but also hit the Hook Tower because I don't want to run into any trouble with it. And I might be pathing into the Town Hall, but I doubt it. Got another Ice Golem right here. I thought I'd already used one on the entry, so that's kind of awesome. I got the Warden ability right here to heal up the healers again, which is a great use actually of it right here. We're on the enemy king with a Headhunter, which is always some good value. I'll try and pick off what I can, but I don't want to lose too much focus on what's happening with my troops, so I'm paying attention right here. We're kind of rolling around this Town Hall pretty hard, but we got a decent push for us, so we'll see what's happening. I still got my Royal Champion ability, but she's way outside the base right now. Here she goes walking back in. I'll pop her spear right here because I think after this Fire Spitter and stuff, she might turn in towards the Town Hall and be my, kind of Town Hall takedown. So the Poison Tower goes off right here, I think in a good spot because there's not too much damage on me. But yeah, my Royal Champion goes for the Town Hall, which is perfect right here. I got a Skelly spell down just to kind of try and help keep my Royal Champion from tanking this Expo maybe. And, my King's slowly rolling around, but he's going to be kind of in charge of some of that. She's going to come back from the Spirit Fox right here. Now I'll invis her, get her kind of cycling. Maybe I could have waited for another cycle, but I didn't want to risk it right there. I'm just starting a little bit of a Royal Champion charge. I'll get a really nice freeze right here. I think I missed the Royal Champion though. Yeah, that's a little bit my bad. Or all my bad, but still think we're fine right here. There's just not a lot of defenses left on this base. And yeah, we got a really nice funnel with my Royal Champion right there, and kind of walk through this base with some really nice overgrowth placements. So once again, I'm trying to tell you guys exactly what I'm doing so that you can kind of get the ideas down and work on something similar as well. But obviously I'd rather the Queen having the clone on it, but you do kind of need the giant arrow for those invis bases that I've been hitting, so yeah. Alright, final hit of the day. Let's see how we can do right here. This is a really huge core, to be honest with you, but I think this is going to be one. I think I'll be trying to maybe enter into the Town Hall and wrap around this core, so I'm going to try and maybe funnel out a scatter shot compartment, which might be a little hard and a little baited, but I think people say the Royal Champion side is usually less baited, so I'm going to try that, going right here towards the Royal Champion. Not sure if that's going to work, but I had to choose one side, so I'd rather attack from the bottom, and it looks like there's just Teslas, not really giant bombs, so that's actually really nice. Royal Champion's working her way in right here. I'm going to double cycle just because there's a couple defenses around, and I'd rather not take the damage. Try and keep my Fox alive. I hope she goes back to this Archer Tower because that's the funnel I need. Nice. So she does right there. I'm actually going to pop one because I want to get down that Air Sweeper. That'll really cut off my funnel nicely. So she does get it right there. What is that? Just a minion? Nice. Okay. So I'm going to be coming into the Town Hall. I'm going to start my Queen a second early because I want to trigger the Invis Tower, but also she can kind of set up that funnel on the edge for me. I couldn't find my roots there for a second. That's why I was a little slow placing everything. But yeah, we enter in right here really nicely. And yeah, on a base where there's just not that much damage around the Town Hall, obviously, like I've mentioned before, we'd want to be entering it straight into the Town Hall since wrapping it's not that much value. I got to get my Valks down right here, though. That's definitely something I want to get down. We get a really nice Ice Golem right here. The poison did really nice value onto both of those furnaces in the core, so that is why I bring it. Yeah, we're rolling around pretty nicely right here. I did lose my Valks to the outside, which is not ideal unless they turn back. Yeah, I did get them back actually, so that's awesome. Don't know how I'm going to get this overgrowth, so I'm going to place it something like this. I was trying to maybe get the monoliths down, but I'm not quite going to get it down, so I don't know if that was the play. But I'm trying to hold my Warden ability just a little longer here because I don't want to run into trouble with that Poison Tower in the core and have nothing for it. So I'm holding it. I think I'll pop it right about here and pop the spear to try and keep my world champion behind. She's not, but she's getting healed up by the healers and the healing tome, so I'm fine where she is. My queen's actually in a really power position because I want her to get both these spitters really badly. So I might even invest in invis right here or a freeze to make sure she can do that. But I'll pop the freeze probably right here on the flames, or on the multi-gear tower, sorry. And I think we're rolling around this one really nicely, and we're looking to get our 6th perfect day in a row, which is just, you know, kind of mind-blowing. I've had a really good stretch right here using so many different armies. And yeah, we're looking like this is just really crushed, actually. This is just, once again, another perfect day. If you haven't checked out my other videos, I'd really recommend it. I've been using so many different armies, and we've just been absolutely killing with it. So it's been quite impressive, if I actually do say so myself, and I've been really proud of the work that I've been doing and putting in. So once again, another 320, and we're going to be going plus 50 on the day. Yeah, these are the bases that, you know, I posted on my server. We got Carry Esports, Miz, and Keatsy right here, 2 pro players hitting my base. But yeah, we're still doing really well with this. Obviously, we're going to be resetting at 5,600, which is quite awesome this early in the season. And there's, yeah, about 3 weeks left in the season. So we're not hard pushing yet. Don't worry. If I did want to dial on this army just one more time and give you guys a little bit update on a little bit different CC that he's using and whatnot. So that'll do it for this video, though. I really appreciate, you know, any of you guys who are supporting me and watching. It really means a lot. But I'll see you guys all in the next one. So peace.